Viewers, the state of Tamil Nadu is going to polls in just a year's time, and a multitude of issues are plaguing the parties involved in the battle royale. The Maran brothers are at war in Tamil Nadu. Dayanidhi Maran has sent a legal notice to his elder brother. Dayanidhi has accused his brother of fraudulent practices and misgovernance in taking control of Sun TV after their father's death in 2003. A DMK ally has once again sparked a fresh Sanatan controversy. The chief of VCK, an ally of the DMK that claims to represent the voice of Dalits, visited the famous Murugan temple in Madurai, where he was seen wiping off the tilak on his forehead for a selfie. In the NDA camp itself, what happens to Annamalai and his influence as he is now being replaced as the BJP state president? We decode all of this and more right here on the Newshour Agenda.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now is a very special guest, editor of Thuglak magazine and of course a noted intellectual, Dr. S Gurumurthy. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Mr. Gurumurthy, a major feud has erupted between DMK MP Dayanidhi Maran and his elder brother, media baron Kalanidhi Maran, over alleged fraudulent transactions. Dayanidhi Maran has also accused Kalanidhi of unlawfully taking control of Sun TV network. How do you see this conflict between Tamil Nadu's most influential political and business figures playing out?
See, Maran's family, I have exposed their wrongdoings in the public domain. What they did with regard to law, what they did with regard to their competitors or even their partners. But this is the first time that they have committed fraud among themselves. That is coming out. See, the Sun TV group is known to have not only breached law, but also used its power, political power, when Dayanidhi Maran was the telecom minister, to even threaten and blackmail Ratan Tata. In fact, I came out with a front page story in the New Indian Express, Maran's blackmail Tatas. You know, this is a group which was built through political power, and it acquired enormous amount of support from the DMK party and the government. It is not a group built on any straightforward business model. Times helped and they amassed enormous amount of wealth, which put them in conflict with their own benefactor Karunanidhi. And they had a huge and violent clash. And 2 persons belonging to the Sun TV network were burned to death in Madurai. As a result of which Maran was sacked from the cabinet. The feud between Karunanidhi and Kalanidhi Maran resulted in Karunanidhi forcing Manmohan Singh to sack Dayanidhi Maran. This is not the first time the Marans are in news for reasons for which they should be known. It's a fraudulent group. And that a group which was built by fraud also is now in the news for one committing fraud against the other, one brother committing fraud against the other within the group. They have never been in news for any good reason. It's always for wrong reasons.
Right. And how do you see this feud? Could it potentially impact on the political landscape, given that elections are expected early next year? Could this family tug of war, for instance, spill over into DMK's own internal dynamics, or will the party distance from this personal dispute between Dayanidhi and Kalanidhi Maran?
See, the party has definitely great interest in the proper functioning of the Sun TV. And if the Sun TV is under the control of Kalanidhi Maran, I don't think the DMK would quite bother about doing anything unless Dayanidhi Maran worms his way to the DMK leadership and may be able to buy some kind of acceptable settlement. I don't think the DMK government will be interested or the party will be interested in standing by the side of Dayanidhi Maran. If that were so, probably this matter would have been resolved before it came to public. And so Dayanidhi Maran will not be able to get any support from the DMK. This is my assessment. Second, Kalanidhi Maran is the man who built the business, whatever the support he got from the political system. And Dayanidhi Maran was always the instrument through which Kalanidhi Maran obtained the benefits of extraordinary benefits or illegal benefits, even the telephone scam which we unearthed in the New Indian Express. All this added to the wealth building capacity of Sun TV, and that was done through Dayanidhi Maran. Dayanidhi Maran was an abettor in the criminal activities of Kalanidhi Maran, and I don't think Dayanidhi Maran has any other claim except to say that I helped you to do this.
Right. So if I can move on to another important controversy that is ongoing in Tamil Nadu, and this is over the Lord Murugan conference that is taking place. DMK on the one hand is pushing a narrative of Murugan being a Tamil god. We are seeing BJP also, come out and play, to their extent also politics on this. How are you viewing this entire controversy? Because there is another conference that is scheduled to take place very shortly.
You see, this Murugan conference is the result of the atheistic policies that were being pursued by the DMK, DK and allied the Kadagam parties for the last 40-50 years. In fact, except that M.G. Ramachandran deviated from this core anti-God, anti-Hindu, anti-North, anti-Hindi, that cluster of ideas that set Tamil Nadu apart politically from the rest of the country, that has been losing value, and even the DMK people have started going to, not only the DMK people, Karunanidhi's own family, they are openly going to the temples which they wanted to destroy once. So to say that Murugan is Tamil god is not the DMK version of Murugan. The DMK never owned any god. They always abused gods. Now they are owning the Hindu phenomenon indirectly by owning Murugan as Tamil god. So to say that Murugan is Tamil god and DMK is trying to grab it is absolutely wrong, because Murugan is also equally powerful and highly valued in Karnataka. So for DMK to say it is Tamil god, it's absolutely wrong.
True. Now we have also...
But one thing is certain. The BJP is trying to push a narrative. The BJP is trying to push a narrative which will put the DMK on the back foot.
Right. And we'll have to, of course, see if the political impact of that and how it is felt on ground. But one of the key allies of the DMK, the VCK's chief, told Tirumavallavan, has sparked a controversy. There's an image of him wiping out tilak before he actually goes ahead and takes a selfie. Now, this has prompted several BJP leaders of accusing him of disrespecting the Hindu religion. Do you agree with this view, or do you see this as a misinterpretation of his intent?
The BJP does not understand the problems of the anti-Hindu political parties in Tamil Nadu. They always worked against the Hindu phenomenon, and that fetched them votes. But today, it is not this way in which they were getting support for anti-Hindu approach. That has disappeared and that is waning away. So they have to also satisfy the Hindus, the Hindu faithfuls. And so Tirumavallavan has to go to temples. His own followers are forcing him to go to temples. And when he comes out, he has to please that section it may be the seculars, it may be the Christians, it may be the Muslims, it may be the leftists, it may be the Periyarists. And so he has to satisfy that group also. And so he wipes out the Vibhuti. So it is their problem. The BJP is taking advantage of it by exposing them. It is not that they are anti-Hindu. It is that they are not able to say they are Hindus.
Right, right. Very interesting interpretation there. And moving on to the AIDMK BJP alliance as well, that was formed ahead of the 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. Now, this was being seen as a significant political strategy. However, there are recent signs of friction within the coalition that have raised questions about its stability. Do you think that this alliance can endure the internal strains and last till the election, sir?
I don't think there is any opportunity for the ADMK to rethink on the alliance for the simple reason that they don't have any major ally for them to move away from the DMK, from the BJP. Look at the two other players who are significant. One is the Tamil Nadu Vetri Kazhagam, as they call it, the new party that has come of Vijay. It is taking powerful anti-DMK position, which will take away ADMK votes. It is in competition with the ADMK. It is not in competition with the DMK. The same case with Siman. He is also fighting for the anti-DMK space. The anti-DMK space is now split among Vijay, Siman, ADMK and the BJP. But there is a powerful anti-establishment sentiment developing, like in 1996. In 1996, when Karunanidhi, who was down and out because Vaiko split the DMK, the anti-establishment wave made Karunanidhi strong and wiped out Vaiko. So if the BJP and ADMK, which will constitute the core anti-DMK thrust, they have to work together to marginalize the other two players who are taking the anti-DMK position. If the ADMK takes any risk in its alliance with BJP, the ADMK will lose heavily. And so, despite all the problems they will have to sail together for the next elections.
Right. And so, do you also believe that Annamalai has been sidelined now by his party, and would his removal as the BJP president in Tamil Nadu hurt the party's prospects in the coming elections?
Annamalai may not be the party president, but he is the best face of the BJP and the most acceptable and the most articulate and the most followed leader in the BJP. That he is not the president doesn't make any difference to him. And so he will lead the campaign. In fact, the entire BJP has agreed that he will lead the campaign for the BJP. Whether he is the president or not, that's another part. So far as the election is concerned, he will be leading the campaign.
Right. But, very interestingly, the BJP did increase its vote share in the Lok Sabha polls in Tamil Nadu to 11%. It also contested 23 seats. And in fact, Annamalai himself had come third in his own constituency. How do you look at the prospects in terms of how the BJP is going to perform in the next elections?
See, the next election is going to be a very big challenge for the DMK because the DMK's performance has been quite minimal, if not worse than it has ever done in a 5-year period under Karunanidhi. Except that they have been able to get the drummed up the support of the allies, and the Tamil Nadu media has been quite comfortable to them. The DMK will not be able to stop a very powerful anti-establishment wave getting generated. Another thing, the next election is going to be the election in which it is not Stalin who will be leading Tamil Nadu the next 5 years. It is Udayanidhi. So Udayanidhi will have to be rated by the people, by the electorate. And the DMK is not in a very comfortable position because even now he is not seen as a serious politician. The syndrome from which Congress suffers under Rahul Gandhi, the DMK will suffer under Udayanidhi. The DMK will have a huge challenge to face, provided the BJP and the ADMK become the core opponent and they are able to put together the smaller parties and make a presentable coalition which can convince the people that it can win. The DMK will be in trouble. And so will be actor Vijay and Seeman, who are fighting for the same anti-DMK space.
Right. So we're seeing another political controversy brewing in Kerala over the Bharat Mata depiction. We've seen CPM Minister V. Shivankutty staging a walkout from an official program at the Raj Bhavan. We've seen a similar action from another minister. Do you think that these actions are a justified response, or does it appear to be a calculated political stunt to you?
You see, we have created a political ecosystem in which we think if you don't accept Bharat Mata, talk against Bharat Mata or any concept which unifies India, the minorities will feel happy. It is an assessment which does not go down well for the minorities or even among the minorities. I don't think the minorities, particularly the Christians, will be happy about Bharat Mata being run down. This is an old model which may have helped in the maybe 10 years back or 15 years back. But I don't think it is going to help. Their mindset is frozen. But the frozen mindset doesn't make them contemporary. The contemporary situation has changed and they are playing the old style politics in a new situation. I don't think it is going to help them.
Right. Because, the questions coming from opposition there is that, is it justifiable to use a Bharat Mata symbol holding a saffron flag instead of the national tricolor, especially in an official or a politically sensitive context such as the governor's office? How do you look at that particular criticism coming in as well?
Saffron flag doesn't belong to the BJP or the RSS only. Saffron flag has been there. If you look at the Gitopadesha, you see the saffron flag there. The entire history of India is identified with saffron flag. If you look at Chhatrapati Shivaji, he held the saffron flag. You look at any Chera Chola Pandya leaders, their flags were saffron flag. And so saffron is an identity that is associated with the Indian spiritualism, Indian philosophy, Indian polity for a very long time. And so to identify it with the BJP is like what they have handed over Bharat Mata Ki Jai to BJP. In pre-independence days, Bharat Mata Ki Jai was a national slogan. Vande Mataram was a national slogan. They, by partisan politics, they reduce the status or try to reduce the status of these great symbols to a sectarian political identity. I don't think that is right, and I don't think it is going to sell. It sold at one point in time in politics. I don't think it is going to do hereafter.
All right, Mr. Gurumurthy, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us here at Times Now.